Hey guys, alright, I think my grow box build is finally complete. I think, maybe. Unless I find something else to add to it or something else goes wrong. Today was quite the adventure. I started putting dirt in it, and I went with 7 bags or 7 bales of peat moss, which was like 2.2 cubic feet, and regular garden soil, which is 1.5 cubic feet, 7 of each. And that got me to this point right here. The garden soil was Miracle-Gro brand, if you want to curious about that. But anyway, I started putting the soil in, and I got about halfway up on the box here. I noticed one of the slats down here had come loose. And I noticed this one has come loose as well already. So anyway, I thought, oh crap, their weight is getting too much for it. Because all I did was I used the brad nails from my nail gun. And so anyway, I started scurrying around trying to find stuff. And so here's what I come up with. It looks it's rigged up. But I've got bricks. I found some bricks, and I found an old, it was sagging really bad in the middle. I found an old railroad cross tie. I jacked it up using my jack, like a floor jack. Couldn't think of the name of it. And I had a bottle jack that I also used for the other side, and I jacked up the box so I didn't have to take the dirt out or anything. And slid that thing up underneath it and cut it off with my chainsaw. And that shored up the middle part from sagging too bad. And then I just used the bricks to kind of help with the underside here. And then I used the remaining part of the cross tie on this side. So I think I'm okay. My only concern now is, I don't know if you can see it, but this bottom board has a lot of pressure on it on the side here. These side boards that are on the bottom, and they're kind of bowing out a little bit. I don't know if that's going to end up being an issue or not. The top one's not doing that. I don't hear near as much soil in it. So, thinking about, I only used 1x12, so it's hard to get a screw in there just right without it splitting out too bad. I mean, I guess I could drill a pilot hole. But I was thinking about just going to Harbor Freight or somewhere and getting a couple of ratchet straps, putting around the whole thing, and just tighten it down to kind of give it a little bit more stability. And so anyway, that's an idea I had for that. Other than that, I think it's done. I've watered the soil. I have not planted anything yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow and have a little more time. Run out of time today with all the challenges that I had. But anyway, yeah. The soil comes up to about, I measured it a while ago, about 19 to 20 inches of soil in this box. So I think that'd be plenty for the root system of the trees. And so yeah, anyway, I think we're good to go. It kind of looks a little weird on the bottom, but hey, it don't have to look that good as long as it grows something. now the plan is, reason why I left a gap here at the top, along the top here, is I plan on once I get the acorns and chestnuts in here, I will cover this whole thing with hay to insulate it for the winter. And then I also plan on putting some 1/4-inch hardware cloth over top of that, stapling it down to keep the hay inside, as well as protect the seeds and keep any rodents or squirrels, any type of varmint that might want to get after the seeds. And I'll just let them sit there for winter. The oak, all the oaks that I'm planting are white oaks, and they can be planted right now. The chestnuts will need to be planted a little bit later on, probably around the end of November. They need to stratify for 60 to 90 days, preferably 90 days. So I put most of them in the fridge around the first part of September. So yeah, in December time frame, I can get those in here. But yeah, anyway, so I think the grow box is looking good, and I think there'll be more than enough space. I'll probably use another 1x2 or something and set in here to mark off my rows, or maybe a 1x3 or something, give it a little bit more room so that all my rows are even. That's what I plan on doing anyway. And then I'll just plant a seed. I'll figure out, I may mark it off this way too, so that make little squares, and then I'll plant a seed in each one of the little squares. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But anyway, I plan on getting the oaks planted tomorrow, so we're going to get that started. And then we'll go from there. All right, guys, take care.